Eddie Jones guarded by Rip Hamilton. Aslan looks to set the pick. O'Neal facing a double here at the start. Now here is Shaq with a
Now you can see the crowd loves it. They were all sort of just waiting to see what would Money in the Bank, especially late in games.
Wallace leaning on O'Neal. Here's Shaq spinning and scores again. Able to bank it home.
Or you can see that Detroit is not double teamed. Well, Steve, just to follow up your point, they don't want to double either to free up those three-point shooters. They want to stay at home on Eddie Jones and Damon Jones, make them take very difficult shots, make Shaq work on every possession.
Well, Damon Jones taking to the rim, rebounded by O'Neal. Nice fake, and he puts it down. What a start for Shaquille Oneal. 3 of 3 from the field.
Offensively as the game goes on.
Here's Rasheed Wallace for 3. Miami leads by 1. Well, Stan Van Gundy was tough in dealing with balls coming off the rim, which we may see come into play. But at the offensive end, he's looked sharp. Hits again.
Well, he is off to a brilliant start, but again, he's taking his time. Be interesting to see if Larry Brown.
Shaquille hitting on his first 4 from the field. Shot clock to 5. Rasheed Wallace again from beyond that three-point line.
Rasheed 2 for 2. Damon Jones takes advantage.
Here's Billups spinning, and it's rejected by O'Neal. Wade on the run. Wade is blocked. That won't count. Foul on the play. A hacking foul as Wade looked to take it to the rim.
This is what Miami wants to do. They want to be able to get out and run. You do it off deflections, block shots, defensive rebounding. This is what sets Dwayne Wade.
As Detroit calls for time.
A quick start for Shaquille O'Neal. The offensive rebound and the slam. And on the next possession, working on Ben Wallace. The right-hand jump hook. I think he looks pretty healthy.
Being played now by Keon Dueling, who checked in a moment ago. Here's Rasheed Wallace for 3. He is on fire from downtown. He's hit 3 of 3 from beyond the arc.
And look at this.
By Miami. And a timeout is called by the Heat. Just under 3 to go in this opening quarter. Miami up by a point. In the playoffs, on fire from downtown here in the first quarter.
Well, Udonis Haslem is going to have to pay a little more attention to him now. Once a guy gets hot like this, you cannot give him that much space. You're going to see on this next possession, he's helping down on Rip Hamilton, who just kicks it right out to Rasheed Wallace in rhythm. Little pump fake. This time he does get a hand in the face. 3 of 3 for Rasheed, and you can guarding the ball, pressuring the point guard. He's in there one reason right now. That's to make Dwayne Wade's life miserable.
And here's O'Neal getting position. Shaq is 5 of 6 from the field. A technical foul. And Shaquille hit his first 4 shots to get things underway.
Well, Doug, you talked about how Larry Brown's going to try to mix up the defense. You see this time Ben Wallace fronts Shaquille O'Neal. Almost impossible to do unless you have weak side help coming over. By both are ranked in the top 5 in field goal percentage defense. They get back, they get set up, they make it awfully difficult to score.
And they get you in the penalty early, too. They all of a sudden you start.
Points, 5 rebounds.
And what a great story. I mean, he's maybe one of the classiest men in the NBA. To see him bounce back and play so well.
Oh, Shaquille O'Neal backing his way on Ben Wallace.
Oh, it's one thing to have the philosophy. Well, you see Ben Wallace trying to play Shaq one-on-one. Look at the size disadvantage for Wallace. And, you know, he can't do anything. He's going to dribble 3 times. At some point, the defense has to come in and help.
Jones 6 of 7 from the field. He has 14 points. Here's Hamilton on the curl. Rejected. O'Neal. Detroit gets back. Rasheed Wallace, yes.
Well, what a great rhythm Detroit came out of the halftime with. They are moving the basketball.
Of the energy of Ben Wallace, as you said, Doug, they've come out like gangbusters here. Wallace with the fadeaway jumper, Detroit by 9. Jones has struggled against this Piston defense, too. I always felt, as a spot-up shooter, the toughest teams to play against were the ones who were long and quick because from the floor. So he struggled all year long and just 1 of 4 here tonight.
Pistons lead by 10. Ben Wallace kicking it out. Nice ball movement. Rasheed Wallace from downtown for the 4th time tonight.
Well, they are moving that basketball. They've got you on a string. They're posting up to wait.
Campaign's 2nd best home record in the league. Here is Rasheed Wallace. He's had the touch. That's a 2-pointer. 20. Foul on Ben Wallace.
I like what Rasheed does here. He sets the screen, and then he doesn't have to roll to the 3-point line. He can step in and shoot a 20-footer rather than a 23-footer. He loves it. I think he fired that headband towards the sideline on the previous
and pointed out that when we move the ball from side to side, we get great things.
All right, here is O'Neal getting inside. And in our chat with Larry earlier, seemed to be
crowd excited because Zoe is such an emotional player.
All right, here is O'Neal. Shaquille Oneal, 8 of 11. He has 17 points.
I think that they're down 7.
Miami hit the last 7 shots of the 3rd quarter. Make it 8 straight.
Pistons are furious right now. They felt that Shaq was in the lane about
Miami game 2 between the Pistons and the Heat. Coverage starting 8 o'clock Eastern time with the TNT NBA pregame.
Calf contusion that has bothered him the last couple of weeks.
A minute 40 remaining in the 4th. Cassell is rejected emphatically by Rasheed Wallace, who is also able to save it.
What a defensive play by Rasheed.
Shaquille Oneal and Alonzo Mourning. Wade lost the dribble momentarily, can't find anyone. And it's an offensive foul on Eddie Jones. Rasheed Wallace able to get in the path to draw the charge.
This is called being put on lockdown. The last 2 minutes, Rasheed Wallace blocking shots, taking charges. He switched on Dwayne Wade on that possession, didn't get beat.
Final seconds, Steve is annoyed as he said 91. Butler off the mark, and the Detroit Pistons have won game 1 of this Eastern Conference Final Series. Miami over the last 5 minutes and 8 seconds with only 1 point. They went 0 for 7 from the field. Rip Hamilton with some big buckets down the stretch, finished with 16. Dwayne Wade, 7 of 25, 16 points.